It almost looks like a fish. Okie dokes, my friends. Hello and welcome to another episode on the TooCrafty server, but this is going to be a mini-sode-ish. Actually, we'll see how long it is. But, there's something that I posted on Twitter that I wanted to, it's like a promise I made on Twitter, okay? And so, I gotta fulfill that promise, and this is something I want to explain, actually. It's something that it did tick me off today. I just had a very not-so-great day at work, and I will tell you the story. And it will be a little unbelievable. You'll see what I'm doing later, by the way. But this is just the sort of stuff that happens to D. Really crappy, annoying stuff that happens to D. Let's just begin here. So, to explain in a way that does not explain my job at all, where I work, think of it as a gigantic grocery store. Now, only the people on TooCrafty know where I work because I trust them. They're my friends. You guys are my friends too, but this is just like, personal info. At least to me. So, anyway, big grocery store, that's where I work. And I work at a station in the grocery store. Now, little kids are not too well controlled. A lot of the times just due to parents not really doing their job, and I don't want to insult any parents watching right now. Cough, Soap the Great, cough. Okay, I pointed him out because he's the only parent I know on the server, but yeah, I really don't want to sound like I'm pointing fingers or yelling at people being like, oh, I don't have kids, but here's how you should control your kids. No, I don't want to sound like that before we get into this for reals. Plus, I like teasing you guys. Hoo ha ha. Anyway, so let's get to what actually happened. So, I was doing my job at my station at work, and I'm used to hearing kids running around, pitter-patter of feet. But, so yeah, I didn't really pay any attention to this one kid I heard running around and screaming at the top of her lungs. So, I was just like, whatever, I'll ignore it, and she'll run away and go to mommy and or daddy, and that will be it. It will just suck for a brief moment, and that is it. But here's how it was. Okay, so here, pretend this is a hallway here. I was stationed at a hallway at the end of one, and this is the end of the hallway where customers come and ask questions. Now, this kid was running from behind me right here, so I'm here just, talking to, it was actually a manager. Male manager, by the way. That is important in a second. And, we weren't really talking about anything important. It was just like, how are you? Good. Fantastic. That sort of thing. So, he and I were chatting, and we will nickname him Bob, because that's a very generic male name, and that's it. So, yeah, Bob and I were just talking about the store being whatever, and hi, how are you? How goes it? That's all. And so this kid runs up from behind me, and we each just kind of are like, whatever, it's a kid, because, again, we're used to it. It's something you get used to in the store I work in. But what I didn't know is, this kid was having a hissy fit, in fact, that the mother did not get her a certain toy that we sell in the store. So her running around was her having a hissy fit. But we just figured, whatever. Again, little kids run around. They're obnoxious, but it'll be done. But this kid, for some odd reason, decided my pants were a good way to get her anger out. Because kid logic. that is why. So what this kid did was run up behind me, and this happened really quick, mind you. And ow. And she flat out pantsed me. And the reason why the pantsedness worked is because I've actually lost a few pounds. Yay, go me, go D, she's getting skinny, woo. But also, my pants are really cheaply made. I purposely did that because I figured I'm not going to work here that long, even though I've been here a year. But yeah, I won't be working here long enough to really care much about my pants and their expense. So, this kid, actually, she had the strength in her to completely pants me for one, but the sheer force of her pull ripped my button and my zipper. And I know this might be a little TMI, but you guys are listening to this anyway. My underwear went down a little bit. And my male manager saw all of this happen. I could tell he wanted to laugh, but he was being really nice about it. And what he did was immediately, he had a jacket on, so he pulled his jacket off. And he blocked me so I could, situate my pants situation. I'm laughing at myself because this is so ridiculous, but this is the sort of stuff that happens to D on a daily basis. Not really. I'm glad it doesn't. But, yeah, so he covered me so I could, get myself situated. And that's when I realized, the pants completely were destroyed from the sheer force of this child. And I'll tell you what I did immediately after the pull in a bit. I just wanted to describe the awkward of this male manager, Bob the manager, totally his name, nope. But yeah, so Bob the manager covered me up, and when I realized my pants were totally destroyed, I couldn't even, I could pull them up, but I would have to hold them up. There was no hope in them staying in one spot. There was no way to button them again or zip them again. God, this stupid thing here. Sorry. So yeah. So there. So yeah, I told Bob that, my pants were destroyed. There's no way I could, keep them up for the rest of the day to do my job. So what sweet old Bob did was, he called up, just one of our, janitor people that work around, and, oh boy, need to get these anyway, and told the manager told the janitor the situation. And so yeah, the janitor went off to his locker. Janitors are allowed to have lockers. I am not. Is this fair? Hell no, but that's how it is. Oh, I meant to tell Zaid that I was telling you guys the story. Zaid, by the way, is the first one to know this. So of course Zaid's a jerk. Just kidding. Well, whatever. One sec, let's see if we could get a good response out of him. Okay, I told Zaid, so we're just gonna wait it out until he says something. He might be AFK or whatever. Yeah, LOL is all he has to say, apparently. So, where was I? Oh yeah, the janitor going to get... Oh, watching The Walking Dead. So, there you go, Zaid gets cool points, guys. Oh my god. But, anyway, so, yeah, the janitor went off to get me a belt. Because, again, this is a freaking male. It was like, hey, let's have a man's day out day here at work. I don't know why all the men were there, but it was whatever. They were nice-ish and somewhat helpful. So anyway, that's what happened with Mr. Janitor. He went off, got me a belt, and oddly, I might either feel fat or he is extra skinny. Now let's just call him extra skinny. We were the same belt size, so it worked out. And I just held my pants up really tightly with a belt all day. But what happened during the pull, the manager had to, like, hold me back almost. I was very angry. And also the parent. Ooh, that parent is not on my happy list right now. I'll get to that in a sec. So, of course, when someone pantses you, and you don't know that they came up, you know, make a noise like, oh my god! And, you see, what I do when a kid does when a little kid does something really dumb, or irresponsible, whatever, at work, I call them sweetie to be nice. And so, when this little girl pulled my pants down, I said, no, sweetie, you don't do that. Please don't do that. You don't do that to people. Like, something along those lines. And so, yeah, she was like, but my mom won't get me this toy. And I'm like, sorry, honey, you cannot do that to people. So, yeah, we were asking her where her mom or dad was because we didn't know who was with the kid. Oh boy, I lost one. And she was like, meow. Like, literally, meow, like what I do. Just meow. And we kept on just trying to get the kid to spit it out. And finally, the mom came up. And this woman looked like Honey Boo Boo's mom. There's nothing wrong with that. Much. Just, that's my description. If you don't know who and or what Honey Boo Boo is, go check it out. It's some show that is all about child pageants, which I'll flat out say my personal beliefs. Don't put your kid through that. They just become bleeps when they're older. As in, a-holes. I really hate to actually say that. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. This is just a day and a half for me. But anyway, so, Honey Boo Boo Mom, came up and was like, what happened? Like, she was just so clueless, she didn't even know her kid ran off. That's one problem I have. So yeah, she didn't know her kid ran off. Oh boy, darkness. Light. And we explained what happened as I was fumbling my pants back up. I can't believe I'm telling this to the internet. And so we explained to her what happened. She was like, no, I don't believe it. My child is perfect, blah, blah, blah. You know, like what typical parents would do. Unfortunately, we don't have cameras in that area that I was in, so we couldn't prove it, but, like, I was almost on the verge of tears of how embarrassed I was. And most people could tell by just the look on my face. Something happened. But this woman, she just insisted her kid was so perfect, blah, blah, blah. But then, what she said is, based on the job I have, I deserve any abuse, basically. I will be honest, I don't have a high-paying job, but that doesn't mean a parent, of all people, by the way, should, you know, just tell someone with an attitude, like, because of what you do, because of your job description, you deserve this. You didn't go to school, da-da-da-da-da. You deserve all of this. You should go to HE double hockey sticks. Not a nice thing to say to anybody in general. Like, even if somebody isn't really too religious, no, just don't say that. You don't say that. And I was about to strangle this woman. I'm not kidding. And I don't like to sound like I'm a bad person or violent person or anything. Hey, this was one of those days and a half and a quarter. Yeah. Just, you know, people do reach their breaking point at times. I was almost there. And, like, people at my work, they would tell you I am generally a calm person, and you guys have probably seen little bits of me, like, being a little frustrated gaming. But this is the D you would not want to see. You would not want to experience this D that was being held back from exploding on this woman. Luckily, though, the manager did hear. I think he handled it. I don't know, because at that point, let's see, what happened? Because it was all rage I had, basically, in me. Let's see. So, yeah, I blanked a little bit, but after this woman said, basically, I deserve to go to HE double hockey sticks, which, by the way, not too religious, but that's just not something you say to anybody in general. I was about to just yell at her, and luckily, like, this manager and I, we know each other enough. Like, he knows he knows me enough to know when to just tell me to stop or not do something. So I'm glad he was there, but the fact he actually saw, like, he literally saw my butt. That's embarrassing. That's just, clearly we've reached a new level of our relationship. That's gross. He's like 80. I'm kidding, he's like 30. Sorry, guys who are 30 out there. This is probably like half my audience. But, yeah, anyway. I think he said a few words to her, but she wanted me fired for no reason. Like, I didn't... Like, you guys can tell me in the comments what your honest opinions are on what my behavior was. Like, just like I said a few minutes ago, all I said to the kid was, "No, sweetie, you don't do that to people when you're angry." Just along those lines. And I didn't touch the kid. I just said, "You don't do that, sweetie." Like, I was being as polite and gentle as I could without, you know, strangling the kid. Plus, you know, kids are really unpredictable, so it's just, you learn to deal with stuff. So yeah, you guys can tell me in the comments. Right now, at the moment with that, my boss, who was not the manager, she's like below the manager, she wasn't there, and neither was a supervisor, which I don't know why. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but yeah, we didn't have anybody today. In fact, I was the mini boss for the day. They call me the mini boss when nobody's around, because I've been there longer. I know all the things. But yeah, since since boss lady, my boss, wasn't there, we couldn't really do anything. We just, we wrote a note together to send to her email after I got off. Or no, wait, no, that wasn't after I got off. It was on my break time. Yeah. So yeah, we wrote a note. We were like, "Dear my boss, this happened. What the heck do we do? Should there be a meeting? What should we do?" So we left it at that, basically. And I'm grateful for the few people who were nice to me. Like, there weren't any other customers around at that point, and neither were some of my coworkers, because we're all in, like, different stations or different aisles of the store while we work. So I was the only one in my area. There were only about 6 of us working today. So yeah, there's no way. Like, people, I think someone, yeah, one of my coworkers just heard commotion, like me going, "Eep, honey, don't do that." Like, that's all he heard. Or wait, who was it that, actually, no, it was 2 coworkers that heard, but, either way, like, they're aware something happened, they're not aware what happened, and we're trying to keep it on the down low till we figure out what to do. Anyway, I think that's... Aw, poo. I think that's the end of this story, pretty much. You guys can ask me specifics in the comments below. But yeah, at the moment with work, I'll keep you guys posted, actually. But at the moment with work, like, they're just trying to figure out what to do in this situation, like... Because the lady wants me fired, but really, it didn't seem like I did anything other than say to her kid, that's something you don't do. And it was a nice tone. And the kid wasn't really upset about it. She didn't apologize. I want an apology, kiddo, but, but, like, the kid, how old was she? Like, she might have been 5? She was young. So, she didn't know enough. I know she didn't know enough to know what the heck she did. So, I'm okay with the kiddo being just a kid. Kids are weird. Stuff happens. Luckily, not too many people are around. But, the parent, you don't tell people to go to hell. For just because of your job. That's the wording. Yeah, I did tell you the wording. Just based on your job, you should go to hell. No. Just no. Not something you say. So yeah, guys, let me just finish up this little bit here. Or the bit I need to get, the bit I need to get done. This will actually give you guys oops. But this will give you guys an idea of what I'm doing with my base. Oop, almost there. Boop. And, yeah, you guys can even give me tips on, this base. So give me a sec, guys. I'll be right back. One small detail I want to add before we go down, check out the beauty that is my stoof, is what the parent, aka mom of kiddo, did to the kid. It wasn't like did for the kid. The mom actually, she didn't like scold or anything. She didn't yell. She didn't really do anything. She just bought the kid her toy. Which honestly with and also like I think I did mention the kid was having a royal hissy fit, just running around, and oh yeah, I forgot to tell you these little details. She was pulling things off the shelf and just throwing it to the ground, whining, having a fuss. But the mom gave her the toy anyway. So parents out there, what the heck would you do? If you smacked a kid, I'm not telling. So let's get a good view of what I have done. And again, guys, if you have like questions about this story that I just blabbered at you, and I know I'm not a good storyteller, I admit to these things, just ask me in the comments. I'll be glad to answer for you. So here we go. That is kind of cool. Stripey. I was expecting it to be a little more roof-like. I might have to... I don't... You guys also tell me what you think of my stripey roof. It's kind of cool, and I do plan where all those little grooves are right there. Those are going to be windows. I'm going to do something creative with that. That's really cool again. I really didn't expect that. But just, yeah, let me know what you think of that. Also, just, especially, like, my whole situation at work. I don't know what to think about this parent. Like, she just let everything happen, including while she was talking to my manager, while I was just kind of huffing and puffing in my station, just holding in the cussing and everything. So anyway, I'm going to stop blabbering. Just, again, ask me in the comments below if you do have any questions about what happened at my work. Yeah, that is looking so cool. That's... Just expect more of this to be done off camera or during streams. I do stream this, by the way. Yeah, it's gonna look interesting, especially with the windows. So I'm gonna shush my mouth And I'm going to end this off. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate any, like, any what would you do type things. Especially from the parents that watch me. I know of at least one. Maybe. Yeah. So, love your faces. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, all that good stuff. Please, especially with this video, comment like a crazy foo. And I will see your beautiful freaking faces next time. Bye!